Hello, everyone. What's going on? Hello, my name is Soul Angel. Welcome back. I'm sorry, we had a little, I think, technical issue back there. Yeah, I'm so excited to have you guys today. So, last week we talked about setting priorities when it comes to choosing our life partners, when it comes to choosing the one you want to spend the rest of your life with, how important that is. Okay, this week is going to be a continuation of what we started last week, but with a little twist, a little interesting story that we got. My name is Soul Angel, and you are so welcome to the Blissful Couples Corner. We're going to have another exciting edition today. For my subscribers, I say thank you so much for coming back. Thank you so much for sharing. As you're joining, please share the link so that others can join us. If it is your first time to be here today, please just drop your bags. You are at the right place. We're going to have a lot of fun with what we're going to talk about today and the days ahead. So, without much ado, let's take the jingle and we will be right back.
You're like a circle that floats around me.
Setting priorities is not always a bad thing, especially if the priorities you're setting are realistic. What are the qualities you're looking for in a person? The person you want to spend the rest of your life with. How important is that? Like we said last week, if you did not watch the video for last week, please take a moment after this show and go ahead and watch the video so that you know what we were talking about last week. It is so important. So, to continue for today, I came across a video at the Steve Harvey Show. Very interesting love story. Now, just to be clear, this is not my video. We're going to share it. It is not my video. I got it from the Steve Harvey Show, so I'm giving him credit for that. But we're going to use the story to talk about what we started last week. So this show I watched is a couple who met, fell in love, and got married during the COVID time. But what stood out in the story was that the guy actually had a list of priorities that he wanted in a woman. So that caught my attention, and that got me thinking like it is not always bad to set these priorities, to set some standards of what you want. Okay, especially if they are realistic, especially if the things are not for selfish purposes, but it is something that you look at the future, and you see that no, if I have this, it's gonna be this, it's gonna be this bright, not selfishly. So this story was so interesting that I decided that we will talk about it today. So just take a look, let's take a glimpse, just a little bit of that video, and please give me your comments below of what you think about the video. We're going to talk about it in a moment. Just watch the video. Thank you.
It was a friend of mine, a lawyer friend of mine, who's also a believer. He knew that I really wanted to be married. So he encouraged me to make this list. He said, make a list of 10 top qualities you want in a woman. And I'm like, a list? Do I really have to reduce to writing what he was like, write the vision and make it plain.
So that he who reads it will run to it.
Yes, sir.
And even though it tarries, wait
now.
for it,
Come on
for
now.
surely it will come at an appointed time.
Amen, amen.
Habakkuk 2:2.
Oh my God. That is interesting. For some of you have not watched the video, please, if you get the chance, just go on. You on, I think on Facebook, yeah, you will see the video there and watch it. It is so interesting. Okay. So, like I said before, it is not always a bad thing to set those qualities. This guy was ready. 44 years, bachelor's, a lawyer. What are you talking about? This is a jackpot, like the girl said. She hit the jackpot. No child. You know, But this guy knew, he, like he said in his story, he knew he wanted to get married. He knew he loved marriage and he wanted to get married. But he didn't just want to get married to any kind of person, being who he is. So a friend suggested that he set some, priorities, like a list of qualities that he would like a woman to have. So he went ahead and did it. Now, I'm just going to tell you, give some of the qualities that he had on his list. And he went ahead, from the story, he said his friend told him to make a list of 10 top qualities in a woman. Excuse me. 10 top qualities. Now you begin to wonder, right? Let me ask you, and please just comment down below, okay? If you're a lady and you go for your first meeting with a guy, your first ever meeting, and this guy gives you a list of qualities that he likes in a woman, how are you going to react to that? Is it going to turn you off? Or is it going to be like, huh? I mean, just tell me how you will feel about it. Write your comments down, okay? Let's talk about it. So this guy had this list on Steve Harvey Show. I say it again, it's on Steve Harvey Show. He read few of them, and the first one he had on his list was, this girl has to be a saved believer who loves God. What does that tell you? That tells you that this guy, he has value for God. That tells you that he is a Christian. That tells you that he is a believer. Okay. So his first thing was that she should be a Christian. Not only that, she should be saved and loved God. Next one was education. Educated and professional woman. She should be soft-spoken. Some of us women, we know how we can talk now. Before the man says one, if you see the guy looks so soft and all that, probably he's soft-spoken too. He wouldn't want somebody to come and giving him headache in the house. But you know how some of us are, right? We are all over the place. Before they say one, we are 10. So that was a quality. So to tell you that this person, you got to look at yourself first before you bring out those qualities. What qualities do you have? I will dare to think that this guy was trying to match some of the qualities that he has. Because for you to ask for a believer, you got to be a believer, right? If not, that will not be important to you. For you to be educated, for you to ask for somebody who's educated, you got to be like, okay, education is important for me. Okay. The next thing the man asked was on his list was, the lady should be able to respect him as a man and husband while maintaining her individuality. Yes, respect for men is so important. Everybody deserves respect, right? But there is something else when it comes to respect for men. Ladies, I tell you, if you do not respect your man, there is big trouble. No, men have this ego. No man wants to feel like a woman writes over them. Even that's why sometimes when you have some misunderstanding in the house with your husband, you're trying to make a point, they're like, you're being disrespectful, but you are just trying to pass your point on. But because of that manly thing in them, nah, you don't have to. And it's a big issue, especially sometimes when it comes to African community, it's a big issue because our parents our parents, especially our mothers, grew up in a way that they were taught that when your husband talks to you, you don't talk back. Hey, God forbid. How dare you talk back when your husband is talking? Whether he's talking trash, whether he's insulting you, whether he's doing what you have to wait, listen, and accept it. Right? It's just that things are changing now, that it should be something good, but some women are making it to be very bad. It is okay for you to have a conversation, have a misunderstanding with your husband, but even in your quarrels, even in your misunderstanding, please be mindful that any man loves respect. Even you, the woman, you love to be respected. then talk less of a man. Please, ladies, just know that if you are the type of person that you don't respect your husband, I don't care whether you give that man heaven and earth. Even the food will get sour. He will not want to eat it. That respect is so important. Let us know that that was something on the man's list. Somebody that will respect him as a man and husband. Very important. Okay. The next thing the guy had on his list was someone who will compliment him more than conflict him. So compliment more than conflicts with his personality and ambition. What does this mean? So he did not want, oh, let's say, some people say what? He wanted a wife and not a knife. Let me put it that way. He wants a wife and not a knife. I heard this thing. I don't know what I was listening. I think it was on social media, something. Somebody said, we want wives, we don't want knives. Okay. You get married to a woman, she becomes a knife. So that one that will keep quarreling you. Everything you want to say, they are challenging you. They are bringing you I mean, there is nothing. So this guy wants somebody that will compliment him. Come on, ladies, imagine. We ladies, we like compliments. Oh, you look beautiful. When you do your hair, your husband does not look at it. Me, when I do my hair, my husband does not say something. He always says, but sometimes when he's distracted, after a few minutes, I'm like, did you see me? Did you see my hair? You know? Because what? You want that compliment. So the day that he will miss out, I'm like, huh, does he like this hair? You know, because he will always do that. But sometimes he may be busy and he doesn't see it, you know. And I'll be like, hey, did you see my hair? Or is it not nice? Because what? We like compliments. Okay. So just imagine that if you like compliments, why do you think that another person wouldn't like compliments? Imagine that you have a husband that keeps quarreling you all the time, like putting you down. Anything you want to do is like a conflict. No, this is not happening. No, this, not that. Anything you want to bring is no, disagreement. How would you feel? Okay. So this guy wanted something like that. Okay. Some woman that will compliment him in his accomplishments and his ambition. Your husband will not come home and say, hey, babe, I just won a contract. And the first thing you're like, oh, last time you won a contract, you did not even give me anything. This, that. And they say, hey, babe, congratulations, you did it. Good job. Because the first thing he wants to get is that compliment from you before even anybody. So these are some of the things that he got on his list. The list was not up to 10. I mean, he had the 10 qualities, right? But we got just this number from the show. Now, why did I bring this story up? Like I said, the reason I brought this story up is just to let us know that it is not bad for us to set goals, for us to set standards, priorities when it comes to the people. This guy was ready. He knew he was ready for marriage. And he knew that with his standard, he needed this kind of person. And luckily enough for him, he got a woman who had that. And it turned out good for him. Right? Because sometimes you can have these qualities, you can have these things. How do you judge that, okay, this person has all these things? How do you judge that the person is going to be a good person when it comes to you living two of you in the house? You never can tell, right? But one thing I believe with this guy who had this list, that the first thing is that he's a believer. When you are a child of God, when you are a believer and you trust God, whatever you ask from him, that is what he's going to give to you. He trusted God, and that is the reason why he asked. The first thing he asked was a child of God, a believer, because he knows that both of them having the same attitude, the same vision, the same belief in that Christ. They can fix their things together. The way they will handle their issues will be similar. You get my point? So it is not always bad. It worked out for him. It turned out. And trust me, if you are with me on this, you want to agree with me that he had some really solid, good qualities for a woman. It is not like you did not see among this thing, you didn't see anything like this is how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 top qualities. You didn't see that I want a beautiful woman. I want a woman with figure 8. I want a woman who is this. I want a woman who. So he was not looking about the outwardness. He didn't look at the beauty. But guess what? It's a whole package. The girl is so pretty. She is beautiful. So look at what he wrote. He wrote his list down, right? Pray to God, Father, this is what I want. This is the embodiment of what I want. And our God knows how to package it. When you ask for the right things, he will add even the ones that you did not ask to make it more beautiful. We did not hear about beauty. God knows that everybody wants something that is beautiful. Besides, everybody is beautiful in God's eyes. He made us in his image. So we are all beautiful and handsome in his eyes. So when this guy asked for all these things, God packaged it and put it in a beautiful lady. And it turned out good. Okay. Now, one interesting thing in that story is that the lady had children. Imagine that he was like, I don't want anybody that has a child. I would never get married to somebody that had a child. Yeah, blended family, we're going to talk about that one day. It's a challenge. But that was not his focus. He had important things to think about. And if anybody has some of these qualities, you have respect, you have soft-spoken, you are a child of God. Even if you have children, you know you raise these children in a way of God. They will be respectful to the man. They will be respectful because of the godly way that you raise them up. Okay? You have to, you don't have to be the person that you become, you'll be bringing quarrels unnecessarily. Peace, complimenting. So what is it, like last week we were talking about, what is it that you have in your bucket list? This guy had 10 lists, 10 priorities, 10 qualities. What do you have in your bucket list? And when you're doing the bucket list of things, are you visualizing yourself too? Let's say this guy had this 10 list, these 10 qualities. Was it an obligation that the person has to have all those 10 things? 10 qualities? I don't think so. Sometimes we need to be realistic. We need to be realistic, right? Sorry. We have to be realistic. Okay. If you have 10 qualities and somebody has 8, that's an 80-20% rule. You have 80% of what you're looking for. That is good enough because nobody is perfect. Even the people that have all these qualities that you want, they are not perfect. They're going to falter somewhere. Okay? They're going to falter somewhere. Something's going to happen. And, there's so many things that can go wrong. But look at the things, look at the things that matter. There's some qualities in somebody that you can deal with that. But there are some that you cannot. If you're that kind of arrogant, disrespectful person, people will not want to be around you. Even your husband or your wife will not want to be around you. If you're the type of person that you are so negative, you see something good like that, instead of you say, oh my God, this thing is good. You are looking for something that is wrong with the thing. Come on now. Just compliment. My dear, this thing looks good. Oh, this is nice. You did well. Instead of you to come and look at the things that somebody is doing and find the good in it. No, some of us are there to look only the negative. When you come here on the Blissful Couples Corner, you're looking only at the mistakes. That's all Angel has done. Oh, her hair is this one. Oh, today she was like this. This one. You don't look, you radiate negative energy. Let's not be like that, ladies, especially our ladies. Because we can pretend all we want, but some of those things will not hide. Some of those things will not hide. But there is something when it comes to your habit, right? There are things that you can consciously do. I don't know about you, but sometimes you need to have some self-talk, okay? Sometimes I sit and I have some self-talk to myself. When I got married, like I said, I don't know if I've said this before. When I got married, me typically I will not say I have anger issues, but I have a serious problem when I get angry, because I hold on tight to it. I hold on tight to it. And when I get angry, I make decisions in anger. And if I make any, I'm so strong-willed that if I make a decision, I make sure that it stays. I had to take, when I got married, a lot of those things changed. Why? Because the man I got married to, you are wasting your time getting angry and doing whatever. When it's time, he will talk in. Say what he has to say. If you like, you bubble. If you like, you calm down. It is up to you. So then it's someone that he doesn't take anything to be that serious. Like sometimes you are so angry, you are like tearing yourself apart. It's like, is it only because of that? Like, babe, I've told you sometimes you don't take these things too serious. I'll be looking at him like, is he okay? Is he okay? Like, it's like I'm overreacting. So I had to sit down and consciously decide. I decided that, you know what? Let me deal with this thing. I need to calm down before I talk. Because when I don't, I cause more problems with my mouth. So some of us ladies are like that. Men don't like conflict. So even if they are wrong, what you will do is that you will calm down and tell them in a nice way that they are wrong. But if you go there, even though they are wrong and you are conflicting them, you are confronting them, you are telling them this, you are harsh and everything, they will turn that problem around. And you at the end of the day, you realize that you will be the one to apologize. So that was just an aside on this one. But I come back again to you. If you're just coming here for your first time, please do not forget to subscribe to our channel. You are watching the Blissful Couples Corner. Here we are all about the flavors and splendors of marriage. We're talking about everything concerning relationship, marriage, from dating to the marriage process, okay? So you are so welcome. Subscribe. For those who are my subscribers, I thank you so much. Much love. I appreciate it. So today we're talking about setting priorities on the qualities of the type of person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Is not always bad, provided you are setting you are not setting some things on stone, provided you are making realistic decisions. You are thinking about realistic qualities, not fantasies. Not fantasies. Let's get on to this, but please don't forget to follow us. Okay. So now on the comments box, right? I want you to put, last week I sent out a post that we should put on some comments on what we want to come in here for the first time, and this looks really great. Wow, keep it up. Thank you, Ernest. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thanks, Awa Sasa. Thank you. Azini Bomo, I see you. Thank you so much for joining. I appreciate it. I was saying that think about yourself. If you're married, right? What is it that did you have a bucket list of things that you wanted? And your spouse right now, your husband or your wife, did they meet that? And has that changed? Tell me something. Just Tell me something, okay? Just tell me what I mean, what if you are married? What were you thinking about when you got married? I know a lot of times we all are thinking just about that love and all that. Okay. What were you thinking about? What are the qualities that you wanted in a man? Did did you get it? Your husband and your wife now, do they have that qualities? And if you were given time, let's say rewind, all right, 10 years back, what you know now, if they asked you the question, if they had asked you again back then that, okay, would you change any qualities or any things that you thought at that time that were important to you right now? What would you say? What would you say? So please put your comments, okay? For me, to be honest with you, I don't really know if I had a bucket list of things that I wanted when I wanted to get married. Okay. All I needed, for me, I'm somebody that I like to be pampered. I like to be cared for. I like to feel that I like to feel that that somebody loves me. Okay. So for me, being there, somebody who is caring and loving was all I needed. I was not interested in money, but I know some people, money is all about, is everything. Money is everything. Me, I wanted somebody, but what I definitely knew was that I would not want anybody who would touch me ever. Like hitting me. Never. Okay. My things, I was a Christian. To me, if you're a Christian, you go out. At that time I was going to Presbyterian church. You're a Christian. To me, it's okay. But we had to believe that when I was growing up, I don't know, for some reason, there was this thing like, if somebody's not from the Presbyterian church, you cannot marry because you have to go to their church. But since I grew up in a Presbyterian church, I knew that, okay, anybody I had to get married had to come from press, not Catholic, not whatever. But for me, that was really not, I was not really that, but I wasn't a born again Christian that time. So for me, it didn't bother me. It didn't bother me at all. All I needed somebody that would care for me, that would love me, and that would be there. That's all I needed. Yeah, but did I get that? Yes, I sure did. Well, life had its ups and downs, and by the end of the day, I ended up with somebody like that. Money was never the issue. And I remember at one time, oh God have mercy. I remember at one time, I was asked by my friends, like, not even my friends, my family, something asked me, like, because there was this doctor that had to marry me one time, wanted to marry me one time. And you know how you're from this family, you guys are not, we're not that rich, but not that poor. But they were like, oh God, this doctor from America, he wants to marry you. I did not even know the guy. He wants to marry you, and you getting married to this person is going to be like a relief to the family. This, that. You know. And I was like, I don't think I want to do that. They said, what do you know? You'll grow to love him. This. But good enough. My mom was like, it was just something that was flying. I was hearing like, are you guys like serious? And my mom was like, well, this one is up to her. Nobody's forcing anybody to do anything here. Let her do what she wants to do. I never even knew this person, so it's not even occurred to me that was anything that was going to happen. Of course, but I remember one day, my mom had asked me that, what is it that is really interesting? Oh, she was like, what is it that is really interesting to you two in this guy? I did not even answer. When she asked that question, I just left. I didn't even answer, you know. So what you have to do is, as you're growing up, if you are not yet married, please do not let people's ideas overshadow what you're looking for. I knew what I wanted. I knew I wanted love. I knew I wanted somebody that would respect me. I knew I wanted somebody that would be there for me and my children, a loving, caring husband, a loving, caring father. As I grew up, as I was growing up, spiritually and all that, thankfully, this guy too was growing up the same way spiritually, I've known my husband for over 20 years. I knew him for like more than 10 years before I ever got married. So my husband is like a friend. He's like, I don't know, he's like a brother and everything, you know. So we practically grew up together, and you know, so it's really been, I can say I'm really blessed marrying this guy, because he's everything that a woman will want. Oh, well, everything that I will want. Some people want all these extraordinary riches, Ferrari, and all that. That's not for me. I'm content with what I have. Somebody said, I wanted a Christian, a tall guy, responsible, respectful, honest, loving, supportive, etc. Those are good qualities. Who doesn't want a responsible person? And that takes me to something, Gwendolyn. Thanks for that. Nowadays, it's sad sometimes when we see our little sisters through some kind of relationships that I would say are not healthy. For some reason, you don't know why. Like, come on. Sometimes I don't even know how to put this right. You are with the guy. Even though we've said that you don't have to be so selective. Now, there's a problem when you're too selective, and there's a problem when you're not selective at all, or when you have bad judgment on things. Because how are you going to explain to me that it's okay for you to be a nurse, you are IT, you're a cybersecurity person, you are a doctor, you're a pharmacist, and you have somebody who I will not say who doesn't want to go to school. No, because school is not the issue here. Who doesn't want to do anything? Let me put it that way. The person is content with smoking, drinking, spending your money in clubs, and so the person cannot keep a job. The good thing in America is that anybody can have a job, even if you are not a degree holder. There is a job for you. You have a job. But what baffles me is that we have our little sisters, so intelligent, they are good, everything is going well with them. But they have these people they aspire to get married to. They are drinking, smoking, no life, practically living with them. So now, what is the support? Who is supporting who? It's okay for a woman to support a man, but you need to be able to support somebody who is going somewhere. You cannot keep supporting somebody that's not going anywhere. I know that there are ladies out here that have supported their husbands from nothing. They saw them through school, helped them while they were going through school, assisted them in one way or the other, and today they are happily married. But come on, you cannot keep helping somebody that they take the money is for nightclub. You guys, today you are in this nightclub. Tomorrow you are in this one. Today you are smoking with this one. At the end of the day, what are you thinking? Even though we say love, right? I know that love is important, but let us look at other things. Where do you want to go tomorrow? Where do you want to be tomorrow? How do you want your life to end? Are you sure you want to end up with that person? To be the father of your children? And this one goes to with guys. This lady doesn't want to do anything. Oh, well, they say women is kind of different, because a man can marry a woman and you stay in the house. Well, that's the law we have, right? That's the law we have. A woman can get married to a rich guy, and no, it's okay. But what if you get married to that rich guy, the rich guy becomes something else, because they know that the only reason you are with them is because of that money? So please set your priorities, set your standards, set your qualities that you want in somebody. That is not only about the physical, it's something of the heart, characteristics, habits. These habits don't hide, though. Habits don't hide. So go in for the good one. You will not have it 100%. Don't get me wrong. Nobody's 100%. Even my husband, I'm saying that, oh, he's all I want. Sometimes he gets me real pissed off. That's life. Even the mother that gave birth to you, you quarrel with them. Love is sweet though, but marriage will open your sorry. Marriage will open your eyes well, and well. So when you're making your priorities, when you're setting your qualities, make sure that you are setting qualities that in the worst case scenario, you know that you are there. If you set your priority on my face, I want this girl to have this face, I want this girl to have this butt, to have these breasts. What happens when it's no more there? God forbid you have an accident and that face that was attracting you becomes something else. You have to do plastic surgery and it becomes something else. What would you do? Is there any other thing that was attracting you in that person? Are there internal qualities that you saw or that you wanted? Okay, welcome back to the Blissful Couples Corner show. So enjoy here. So in today's edition, we were talking about setting priorities, not a bad thing, especially if they are realistic. Okay. Now we have done all what we have done. We have said all what we have said. I don't know if there are any comments that I did not read, but I just want to say thank you to all those who joined this today. I hope that I did not miss anybody out. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Sandra, thank you so much for joining. I saw Josephine. Thank you, big. Thank you. So that's my pastor's wife. Thank you so much. Thank you, Miss Gwen. I appreciate you all for joining today. So, what I want you to take home today, okay, is that if you are not yet married here, set your qualities. But do not concentrate on the physical outlook. Search the mind. Something that you know that worst case scenario, I am going to hang in here. Love is essential. It is very important because in hard times, that love will bind you together. My husband and I, we've gone through tough times. But the only thing that kept us together was our love. If it wasn't there, it would have been broken. But we are not shaken because of that. So when you have that and you have some other qualities that is important to you, that binds it better. So set your qualities, set your priorities realistically, and you will see that everything will fall in place, especially for those who love God. If you are a Christian, there's nothing our God cannot do. Believe in him. By the way, he instituted marriage. So he will not give you anything that will make you cry unless you ask for it. Remember, whatever you ask from God, he gives it to you. So if you ask for beauty, he gives you beauty. If you ask for something else, he will package everything together and add beauty on it. The Bible says what? Seek ye first the kingdom of heaven and all its righteousness. And what? Every other thing shall be added unto it. So please, when you seek God first, ask the other things and put them together. God will package it for you and give you just what you want. Okay? This is the Blissful Couples Corner. I am your humble host, Soul Angel. Thank you for joining. Please do not forget to subscribe if you haven't already done so. And if you have, thank you so much. I will see you all next week for another edition. Somebody asked something. Love. Does love really do exist? Oh my goodness. Mr. Dagoma, you will kill me. Don't worry. Love do exist. That's what we're going to say. Love do exist, but don't worry. We'll keep talking about it. Love exists, my brother. And you know that. You know love exists. It may have died a little bit because of circumstances, but it does exist. It does exist. And that is the reason why we all are here. God so loved the world and he sent his son to save us. We are here because of love. Therefore, love exists. Okay? Well, I will see you all next week. Thank you all for joining. I love you all. Have a blissful week.